Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 97 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players today. We have Kyle, Mac, and Josh. Joshua is kind enough to be bringing our barbarian to life today, and he will be saying minimal. Gorbjorn's going to just be fully focused today as a quiet, towering figure in the back, and we're all okay with that.
Sometimes, you just need the guardian barbarian to just sort of fill the room with his silent presence.
Energy.
So
don't ask him any personal questions today.
Or do.
So, Gorbjorn, what about your dad?
I can make some stuff up.
You could.
You know what? If it happens, it happens. And you got to do what you got to do. Josh.
That's some strong Gorbjorn vibes right there in itself.
That's true. Very chaotic of you.
Just walks to the next room. He's like, well, I'll go ahead and give a recap, just a reminder. I think everybody still has a inspiration dice that is meant to only be used against me, which will make me re-roll, and I will use whatever the new roll is before you know the entire outcome. Good or bad, it is what it is. Don't make me cry. Anyway.
We'll do our best.
Thank you. Last time you all had a conversation with your new friend. Guys, have you ever started off so poorly that you couldn't? Jericho, Jesus Christ. Hey guys, today's one of those days. I hope you guys are ready.
He's
Jericho,
named for a brick wall.
A detective who was looking for you from a messy break-in that you did where you stole a bunch of very rare, very expensive, it seems, magical items, destroyed foundations of the home, some of the walls, the floors, pissed on it. And then all your faces, or most of your faces, were seen by the guards. But it seems Jericho is interested in doing business besides either making you pay large sums of money, which add up to 100,000 gold, or going to prison. Those the options he presented. And he also presented a third option of traveling to an unexplored ruin and acquiring items worth the amount you owe. Presenting paperwork, reluctantly or not, relieved or not, you sign this paperwork and agree to acquire these items. You prepare by finding things to help you survive in the cold, survive underwater, which you received from Norrell, who would not join you because she was informed that her contact, her connection to Bosch's cult, may still be alive, so she doesn't want to miss her if she tries to communicate. And there may have been some canoodling, and what have you, may or may not have been. It did happen. Anywho. Yes.
We will neither confirm nor deny it absolutely happened, yes.
1000% happened. I won't say, but you know. You all, the next morning, get on a boat. This boat having to belong to the Jarl of the current place on the continent you are currently in, the current sliver that you exist in, who, it seems recently, during this time of great strife, has taken some time to be a fisherman instead. And you guys get aboard the boat. He takes you outwards, not really caring too much how illegal or not your adventures may be, how dangerous or not. But you make your way outwards, and there are, in this area, large black spires that shoot out of the ground. And you then all come to the conclusion you have to find something hundreds of feet below the water. During this time, a few people try to communicate with gods that are not theirs. Some people try to reach out with abilities and feeling helpful, I suppose, or more interested, perhaps. The shadow has the ability and fully stops Gorbjorn's hammer, which he was using as like a divining rod as he spun in a fast circle. The shadow pointing you forward, leading you to believe that the seven sisters are here with you, leading you forward. And eventually you feel corrupted energy from below the water. You suit up. You currently have underwater breathing, which lasts for 24 hours, and a salve on your bodies that lasts for 8 hours to prevent hypothermia. For it is a terribly cold winter and you are in the water. But with that, all of you submerge and have to get used to the sensation of your lungs filling with water and that being breathable. You have the ability to talk somewhat under the water. You know, if you're far distances, it's not going to cut it, but you can communicate. As you delve, you find the remains of a building, circular in nature, and attached, covered with barnacles and just rot and whatever manner of attachment the ocean has to give, corrupted beings that seem stuck in place against the stone, unable to reach you as you all casually swim over them and into the entryway of this tower, which you have to move things aside to enter. And as you enter this place, you begin to realize it is upside down. So as you go lower, technically, you go higher in the build of this tower. The first room is submerged, as it should be. You find a couple things. You find a golden tea set, and, you know, it's looking up. Things are looking up. Everything is, you know, rotten and old and just broken apart. And you
But
make
at
your way
least metal doesn't rot if it's
at
gold.
least gold can
Gold
stand
doesn't.
up to some shit. But you make your way forward, Gorbjorn leading the way, and he has a strange moment of vertigo as he no longer is in the water and falls into a perfectly dry room. This room has it has a scent of like must to it and age, a bit of a metallic scent in the air. But there are intact items in here, intact wood, intact fabrics. The only damage being, it seems to have been when they were thrown during the inversion. There also seems to be broken paintings and books that are still intact. And most notably, attached to the wall is a chest plate, which is fully concave in the center. To such an extent with such strength that it is pinned itself to the wall, just fully buckled inwards and stuck, and black charcoal smears from where the head, the arms, and the legs of a person would have been, extending 10 feet out in every direction. And Gorbjorn currently stands alone in this place as Roshan, next in line, you see just a distance immediately made between the two of you. You're the only one who really notices this at this point. What would you like to do? That's where we're going to start.
So I think at the end of the last episode, Roshan shouted, catch me, and swam toward Gorbjorn.
Does the sound make it out of the water?
So are you saying this from inside the water?
I think as he's cresting. Just as he comes out of the water.
Go ahead and roll just dexterity for Gorbjorn. I want to make it disadvantage, but I won't because he's basically where you're about to fall. He has not moved.
That is an 11.
Okay. Roshan, would you make a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Would you just roll some dice for?
That's bad. That's 7.
Okay. So 1 moment. Roshan, you're going to take 7 points of damage as you slam into Gorbjorn and then slam into the floor. And Gorbjorn just sort of like buckles a little under it. So he's going to take 4 points of damage.
Buddy.
But it's just kind of like you hit another immovable object and then hit into another immovable object. But you have entered the space. I believe that Nana, you watch Roshan drastically make distance from you. You can only see water ahead and you can see his figure just like now a good distance away, at least 10 feet, 10, 15 feet.
What in the fuck? I think Nana wants to kind of like move forward slowly, try and get an idea of what's ahead before moving too fast.
Sure, give me a perception check and we'll see how that goes for you.
We'll see how that goes for me. It's a shitty roll, but I am pretty good at perception. We'll see. Yeah, it's a shitty roll. It's an 11, all told.
Okay. A dexterity saving throw, please.
Cool. Fine. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's better. That's good. That's gonna be 21.
You take 1 point of damage as you immediately fall 10 feet through air. Roshan is slowly in the process of getting up. You land on your feet. Gorbjorn is kind of like in this space. He's gonna look up and he's gonna get his hands out, and he's now at the ready after 2 people. He will. So Fen, you watch what everybody else has now watched in succession. You watch Nana move 10 feet away from you at rapid speed.
I wanted to move slowly, but that's okay. I didn't stop soon enough.
Do I see the impact on the other side?
It's from inside the water. You cannot tell what is going on.
All right,
but they just see that there is
rapidly.
movement.
And went like further away, and you can't really tell how far or why, but it's further than expected.
Yeah. In that case, I think Fen would probably throw caution to the wind and like try and catch up to Nana because she just disappeared.
It's about to be some dirty dancing shit here as Gorbjorn has his arms up and at the ready. Fen, how about you give me a dexterity saving as you just full speed ahead and then are falling?
That's a 15.
Okay.
It was a saving throw,
I'm going to say Gorbjorn is such a beefy boy, and Fen is 100 pounds soaking wet. And
and he is soaking wet right now.
And you fall just like perfectly into his grasp above his head, and there is a spin, and he sets you down. You are all now in this room, which the water, it looks like surface tension above you. You can see it moving from where you guys like left the water, but none of it falls down. It just hovers above you in space.
Well,
typically I'm upset about being touched, but thank you, Gorbjorn.
That was an excellent save. Well done, Gorbjorn.
He nods and moves over to the chest plate.
How
does this happen?
Is the chest plate oriented like upside down to us, or is it like, did this happen when the tower fell or after?
Or maybe the person was upside down when they were pinned.
They did a cartwheel.
And now they're right side up.
Caught in the middle of a cartwheel.
That's how a lot of people want to go, I think.
I think so. That's how I want to go.
If somebody wants to investigate the armor, Roshan, if you want to go over there, you could do an investigation check.
Sure.
I could give an assist if you want.
I would allow an assist with investigation.
My assist was just going to be pull him out of the line of fire if he like steps between the invisible plane of whatever pinned this thing to the wall. I'll leave it to DM. I was the last one, and I'll leave it to the DM to decide whether I even noticed that that's what the hell he's doing.
I mean, you already see Gorbjorn is fully at it, and nothing has happened yet. And then I'm sure Gorbjorn, I'm going to say it, touches it and is like, how stuck is that? So currently there's 2 people next to it and somebody's already touched it.
Roshan got a shit investigation, even with advantage, so 9.
Oh, buddy.
So you, as a person with some intelligence, you can tell where the head of the armor is. I would say it's not perfectly in either up or down direction. Okay. It seems a bit catty corner as is, so it's hard to tell exactly where it may have been. It is pinned about mid-wall. Okay. So you're able to touch it. Gorbjorn's definitely able to like grab onto it if he wanted to. Now being closer to it, you can see how it looks. It is made of small symmetrical plates that kind of look like slender dragon scales. And the armor extends past the shoulders and down the sides to the knees, just covered in these just like little metal platelets. The edges are rimmed in gold thread and a diamond and circle pattern. So there's fabric on each end, and it's a diamond, a circle, a diamond, a circle. You can see barely, you can't get any more detail on this, but in the center there was like a large metal circle, another plate, but much larger. Looks to be golden. You can tell that something was etched onto it, but it is what took the brunt of the impact. It looks like it was the strongest part of the armor as well.
Damn.
And it's fully busted inwards, and you cannot get an idea of the design.
So is this a whole suit of armor and the breastplates busted in, or like there was a whole ass body here, or is it just the cuirass and like, you know, everything else is gone?
Everything else is gone. Only the piece I described to you is currently.
There's no gauntlets or boots or anything. Yeah, it's all okay.
Everything else is non-existent. It could have been thrown elsewhere. It could have, this person maybe been barefoot. You don't know.
I mean, that's kind of the next thing I wanted to follow up on is like, if it's only the chest plate that's here against the wall, is there any sign of the rest of the armor in this room?
You could roll investigation. And it's possible, like, you could look at this and be like, this could be the extent of somebody's armor. Maybe they put a helmet on. It's not like it could be.
Okay. It's like, it wouldn't be unreasonable for this to be like,
it wouldn't be the most unreasonable thing. It wouldn't be the most unreasonable.
Okay. It's like, it's not implied that there's a full set here.
And Roshan, you can give me Arcana with disadvantage because your roll was not good. Yes, Nana?
My roll was also not good. Got a
you're just making the rounds in the room.
Yeah, just looking around. I've got a 9, so whatever that gets me, it gets me.
Oh, you don't find any of the pieces of this armor.
That makes sense.
Arcana was a 14.
Okay. So you're looking at this, and in your mind, you assume dude might have had gauntlets and like knee pads and what have you. Maybe only one part of the armor was magic.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe the rest was like leather armor.
Roshan would at that point cast Detect Magic.
All right.
How bright does this room light up?
Oh, it is like being inside the sun.
Oh no, Roshan!
Because every wall illuminates immediately.
Oh fuck!
Every piece of stone in this place that is an exterior wall lights up. The armor also lights up, but this is the first time you've really seen this. It flickers, almost like it's struggling to hold on to its magic.
Interesting.
It seems to, you've never seen a magic item so incredibly damaged before that it almost lost its ability to magic, or it could have been time. You're not positive what that situation is. What is the range?
30 feet.
30 feet. You can also heal. Yep. You can also feel a very powerful magical energy right below you.
Ooh.
And what type of magic is on the plate? Is it abjuration?
Yes. And while we're here, the energy you feel below you is conjuration.
Huh. That's interesting. I would imagine Roshan looks somewhat discomforted by the brightness of the room. Is that a reasonable expectation?
I think he probably just squints for a little bit, but not not uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know this is what would happen. Gorbjorn, give me strength.
Uh-oh. What?
Okay, I need some new dice.
Oh no, buddy.
That's only an 8.
Do we have to donate to a fund?
As one of the strongest men you know, puts 2 hands on either side of this armor, feet on the fucking wall, cannot pull it free.
Wow.
Can I try to pry with my kukri on the edge and give him some help?
A little too late for help.
Leverage.
But you're like, it's almost like these things have become one in a sense. As you try to fit your kukri behind it, it doesn't seem like it is capable. It's
almost fused.
Gorbjorn stays there for a hot minute, but eventually upset gives in. And then eyes his hammer for a minute. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the room? There's books around. There's currently you can see windows, and out these windows you can't really see anything. You only see what you can assume is dirt because you are underground. There's also what looks like a completely crunched up painting, the frame broken in multiple places, and it's just like next to one of the windows.
Gorbjorn, rather than using your very large hammer on that very stuck piece of armor, would you help me over here try and see if we can move some of these bookshelves a little and see if there's anything worthwhile underneath the debris?
It's like you just pulled him away from a fight, but
I know
a fight that he was losing.
I really don't want him to smash that wall and see whether or not the enchantment extends beyond the openings of this room.
I mean, at least he's not using ki, which is nice. Which is what he named his other weapon that crits on inanimate objects.
Of course. For every lock, there is a key, and it's this one.
But he reluctantly will follow you over to the bookshelf, which interests him none. But
understandable, but thank you. If you can help me just shove this over, let's see whether or not there's anything worthwhile under here.
Dejectedly, he picks up a sign and just throws it. It's no problem.
I'm
showing you kind of that he is still very strong. It's just the armor is stuck.
Very stuck.
I would like to go through some of the literature and just get an idea of what language was like 10,000 years ago.
Anything like ours?
Yeah, can you read?
Casually goes over to the bookshelf. Roshan, are you guys over to the bookshelf?
Yeah, I think Roshan is the most interested in that.
That makes sense.
So everyone huddles around the bookshelf, and Gorbjorn folds his arms and leans against the wall.
Nana pats him on the shoulder. You're very strong. Thank you very much, Gorbjorn.
At this point, who has any expertise in history and or religion?
Roshan is proficient in religion and half so in history.
Okay, good to know.
Thank God.
All of you are welcome to roll investigation. No advantage because it's a lot of people rolling.
That's fair.
Gorbjorn was done helping once everybody came over.
That makes sense.
That's a nat 1. I am rolling very bad today.
It's rough, fam.
I got a 17.
I have a 14.
Roshan, could you explain to me what you feel like a nat 1 would be like in this experience?
I think Roshan basically gets distracted, picks up a book, but then catches the plate out of the corner of his eye and just holds onto the book, but closes it and then goes to stare at it again.
Yeah,
he just fell from the ceiling. He got a bonk on the head. He's fine.
Yeah. There is something very scary about that armor. Not the armor in itself, but whatever happened to it. It's an amazing show of strength, whatever happened there. And that has your attention as you open a book slightly and then shut it again. As your friends dig through, first off, may I say, both of you open these books and are like, what the fuck is this? As you see a language you do not know. And Fen, you are pretty certain you've never seen this language before.
Okay.
You can almost say with certainty you've never seen this language before. You're like, this must be old shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, boys. But it is just, how do you say old shit? There is, Fen, I will give you one book that you can get more from than it is just filled with words.
Are there
as a
pictures?
Book normally is. Give me a picture, for the love of God, Jillian.
Just
Honestly,
anything, God.
Yeah, what you can pick up on, Fen, is that there aren't a lot of pictures. And you can only assume this is boring ass literature.
I speak Elvish, Sylvan, and Giant, though.
Yeah, no, none of those.
Okay.
Damn. And I'm guessing not Dwarvish either, or just plain Elvish.
Nope.
Eh.
Fen, what you can take in from looking at, you find a smaller book that it doesn't look like sentences, but it looks like a couple words. And it just, each page is just a row and row of different, like 2 to 3 words. And a lot of them are crossed out. There is a line through many of these sets of words. But Nana, you find a book, and it is full of pressed flowers.
Oh.
It has little words written next to it, which you can't read. You can roll nature.
Okay. Let me see. I do have proficiency in nature, but I can't imagine that gives me much.
Just means you're better at it.
That's fine. Actually, that's not a bad roll either. Okay. 22.
In a way. First off, how long have they been here? Fuck if you know.
Thousands of years? Hundreds of thousands?
Like a thin stem with tiny white flowers. Oh, you've seen that before. You see a purple flower, barely purple anymore. Oh, I've seen purple flowers before. There are some things that you're able to make an assumption about what they are. And then you look at the words written below it and they're like, cannot confirm. Roshan stares unblinking at this armor. I
think Roshan has a thought about the armor, and that is he's seen a piercing weapon that can do that kind of damage.
I know what you mean.
So I think he, like, after a second, will look back at it and see if the shapes make sense, and could this have been done with the spear Gungnir?
I would allow another investigation or arcana check.
Okay.
Come on, bud. Come on, bud.
Oh, now I roll high. 29 arcana or 25 investigation.
Which one do you?
I mean, I like arcana.
Okay. So here's what you can tell. You've seen Gungnir in action. It did not do this to Ave, but also the man who was wielding it had just acquired it. So that's something you take into account. You can't confirm this. No matter what you roll, there's no way you could confirm. But you know with certainty the amount of magical energy, and you are certain it is magical energy to do whatever that is. You couldn't do it. Nobody else in this room could do it. You saw a spear used by a very powerful man who did not do it. It's it's some rough stuff you're looking at, which, however you may feel about that. But the rest of you are looking at books that make near to no sense. And the only other thing of note, I would say, there are things about the room if anybody wanted to check, but there's also the painting that's just casually folded up like a wad of paper on the ground.
Fenn's gonna look around for anything that fits the description of things that are on our list of things to collect.
Sure. I'll say anybody is welcome to roll investigation or perception. I'm feeling kind today.
Investigation or perception?
I appreciate that.
Bastard 20.
And 15 to perception.
It's a 2 on the dice and 8 total perception.
Neat. You sit with your flower book.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this. Like, this is something I know, kind of. It's like, that's a flower. Sure I think like I know. It was an 8 total, else, but whatever.
No. Everyone else starts making the rounds. I mean, Nana, I will say it is easy enough to go pick up a painting, at least, as you look around and nothing is standing out except like this gold framed painting. And you're like,
that's there. I got that.
As you watch everybody else sort of move and shift things around. Yeah, Roshan, you got a pretty good amount. Fen, you find a marble statue of a falcon, and it looks like it has some gold filigree to it. Roshan, you find a thick slab of marble that has exposed white and then dyed black squares on top of it. It looks like one of the corners was chipped when it was flung, I suppose. And around it and at different points in the room, you can also find black and white pieces that depict soldiers. And they seem to fit perfectly onto these squares. You find a marble chess set.
Hell yeah.
As you start picking up piece after piece. Fen, you also find a larger statue. This one of a falcon with its arms. Spooky. Its wings spread. I don't want it to have hands. Its arms spread outwards. And you find it under a molded fur rug that is useless now, has no worth. And just a bunch of shattered everything else, pieces of wood, pieces of maybe it was a vase, maybe it was something glass, but just a bunch of broken things that mean nothing anymore.
Being the avian expert that I am, does this falcon imagery mean anything to me?
I'm going to go ahead and say no. Okay. Based on your knowledge of birds, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But it is a falcon. That is done deal. You're like, falcons. And she just hold up 2 statues. So you're content with that knowledge. That's easy enough for you to figure out. Nana, you find this painting and you pick it up and you can see that it is heavily damaged by time. Maybe some liquid got on it at some point, and you think, kind of looking at it, that in its location, it made impact with the window, and part of it was just ripped asunder because you can't find the other parts of it anywhere.
Damn.
Inside, you find a painting, and it is of a young man. He has medium length brown hair. You can see that he has pointed ears. The fading makes it difficult to see, but they look a bit strange at the tops, like they don't come to a perfect tip. You just can't get any more detail than that on them. It looks like he's wearing armor with a large metal shoulder piece that depicts like a monstrous face. And you can see on his hands, he has sharp gauntlets, holds a sword, posed at the side. And you can see he has one eye golden in color and one hazy white eye. And there is a thick choker around his neck with an oval-shaped gem, cyan in color.
Do any of the jewelry items or the armor items call anything to mind, or does his visage remind me of anything that I might have heard about?
Sadly, I cannot. In this place, if you are not proficient in history and those types of things, I might not have you roll for them, which will be the case now. But there is one thing I can give you. You were told, only things you were told I can tell you,
Yeah.
You were told you are at Fritjolf's tower. That is the assumption.
Okay. All right.
And you're like, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, like, who else would have a portrait in this place?
Yes. You were also looking for a cyan gem.
Ah, okay.
But it isn't exactly the shapes that were said to you, but it is the right color.
Well, I'm not sure if this might be useful, but the color on this gem here, on this painting, at least seems similar to one we were notified we should look out for. Maybe it was, I don't know, repurposed into something else long after this painting was made. I can't tell.
Well, there should be 2 of them. What is the one in the picture, 4 or 6 faceted?
Neither.
Neither.
It seems to be round, near as
it's
I can
oval
tell. I don't know. It's a little hard to make out, but I don't know.
Well, if it's the same gem as what we're looking for, then perhaps that one was cut in half or something.
Maybe. Or perhaps the way that it's painted here, maybe the way that it's set into the necklace, could be covering up parts of the gem underneath the setting. I don't know.
Typically, gems aren't set to cover them up, but it's possible.
I don't know. It's hard to say, but at the very least, it's something to go on. Does the armor look at all anything like the breastplate that is on the wall?
No, it does not look to be the same.
Okay. Well, we can at least rule out the possibility of this having been our unfortunate adventurer, warrior, whoever wore that.
And is any of this stuff magical?
Of the things you're finding, no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw his stuff into the bag of holding. Is there anything else here, or should we move along?
Roshan says, let's just make sure we pick up all the books. And I think at some point, Gorbjorn would have gotten his Shatter Spike out to pick at the armor in the wall. And Roshan says...
He fully swings. He's going to fully swing.
No.
I think Roshan gets out before he swings.
Bardic inspiration.
No, please don't.
No bardic inspiration.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh boy.
Sure.
I was just he wouldn't forget it. We all know this.
Yeah.
That is a 16 to hit.
Jesus.
I'm just like, the AC of armor. Go ahead and roll damage. And it automatically crits.
It does. That is 25 damage.
And spicy when it comes to damage. It's more likely to damage the wall than the armor. Yep. Okay. Had to talk to myself about it.
Oh, no.
He swings and like ice cream scoops the fucking wall.
Jesus.
And just the armor bends under the attack a bit. Like there's a bit of movement to it. And now you can see where it is stuck into the wall. So he moves it some. He damages the wall a bit. But you can see where that center circle has gone all the way through the plates under it, the plates behind it, and has embedded itself in multiple points in the wall. Just like fully grabbed on. Gorbjorn's pissed about it.
I think Roshan says, let's get that one on the way back. Just don't want to collapse the tower on us, big guy. But on the way back, you can get out as much frustration as you want.
Probably fine, yes. Honestly, I'd rather not try and see whether or not the charm that's keeping the water outside the doors and windows extends through the walls. So let's
he makes his way towards the
back.
stairs, which is more of a slide. Nana, because you were asking a lot of questions about the painting, I will give you an investigation check just on it. You asked me a fair many questions. It's only fair to give you a roll.
I can't roll for shit. It's a 7.
No.
No.
It's a man in a painting. The painting is very damaged.
Fine. Painting's going in the bag of holding. We'll look at it
Shove
later.
this painting in. Well, that's what you get from this room, I suppose. Roshan, you watch as they throw the books into the bag of holding, and you're like, okay.
Books, paintings, whatever else.
Yeah, I think
onwards, I suppose.
I think Roshan is interested, but I think he will wait until we're back on the boat and because it took us like a day to get out here, right?
Yeah, there was time.
Yeah, I'll look at those later.
Yeah, I'll look at the boring literature on the ride home.
Yes.
What else am I
That's
going
fair.
to do?
I mean, it will be a long ride.
I only can assume Gorbjorn will be going first. That is the energy he brings to the table.
Absolutely.
Are we going in the order of continuing Gorbjorn, Roshan, Nana, Fen?
Yeah.
I suppose so. What's the lighting situation like in here?
There is a faint glow to the room. The room itself seems to have some sort of illumination, but it is pretty faint. So, Nana, you can see, but just not the best. It's kind of like, this is like your version of if you had dark vision. Like, picking up colors isn't the easiest thing for you at this juncture. But you can look around and find stuff. But there is a faint glow.
Weird. Is this how it looks like to you lot when it's dark out? It's very strange.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a fully lit
This
room.
room's so bright. Like, the sun's out.
Nana just and just moves on.
Okay, all of you are now presented with a problem. No, a situation. It's really
an
easy
opportunity.
This is an opportunity, boys. Swimming down a slide is very easy. Walking down one is not. And you all kind of look at this juncture. Gorbjorn looks like he's about to just go.
Why don't we at least use like a rope tied onto something to lower us down part of the way so we're not just flying down there willy-nilly?
It makes sense that Gorbjorn would go first. The rest of us could be his anchor, and then as the party gets progressively smaller, we need a smaller and smaller anchor, and then I can just use my acrobatic skills to cartwheel down or something.
Can we...
Died mid-cartwheel.
I'd be very impressed if you managed that.
Is there something in this room we can tie off to so that we have the rope to come back up?
I'm going to tell you. Nothing that makes you feel good.
Ooh.
Nothing that makes you feel good.
How about we just tie it out around the armor?
I mean...
You can. Let me give you a picture of the room. The stairs and the armor are across from each other. So you would need enough rope to go across the room after tying around the armor and then down the stairwell.
How big is the room?
The room is about going on at least 30 feet across.
Yeah, that's at least... Ropes are 60, so... Rope. Yeah, we got plenty of rope. This group has got rope for days.
We got rope for days, boys!
I have a lot of rope, that's for sure.
You guys create a limbo stick in the middle of the room. If you're so inclined.
Hell
Do we have any idea how tall this tower might have been before it was inverted?
Were we able to get any kind of idea of that from the outside?
No. You saw maybe the highest point of wall you saw outside was maybe 6 feet tall.
And the rest of it is going down into the earth?
100%.
Neat.
So...
Who knows?
I don't want to be stuck here. I don't want to give up all of our rope. We might need it for something else. I don't want to be stuck in this tower without a way to get out. But, and I just want to put this out there as a possibility, and I'm not even sure it will work. If we reach the bottom of the tower and want to get out, couldn't Gorbjorn potentially smash in the wall, fill the whole thing up with water, and then we swim out? We can still breathe underwater.
For a while yet, at least. How much longer have we got on that enchantment, Roshan?
Probably 22 hours.
It's a generous amount of time. All right.
And you look the window to be like the outside and you stare at dirt.
Yeah.
You don't see water.
Yeah, no, that's true. It is dirt out there.
All right.
Not water, right?
It's dirt out there, boys.
Right.
Dirt boys.
Dirt boys.
Well, not a bad idea, Fen, but unfortunately, I don't think the water's going to reach all the way down into the substrata underneath the ocean.
Substrata. That's a $3 word right there.
I picked it up reading one of Ave's books. What the fuck else am I going to do when I'm helping Hertha? Anyway, let's make our way down as far as, say, 2 rope lengths will take us. That's less 30 feet across the room, some length for the bit around the armor, an extra 50. It'll get us a ways down, and we'll see how far we have to go until we have to jump.
We, as a party, have 7 lengths of rope with us in our inventory.
Yeah, I've got 90 feet of it myself. Or no, I've got 150 feet of it myself.
I've got 100 myself.
I won't ask anybody about rope anymore. A length of rope is tied to the armor and then thrown down the slide.
Hell yeah.
But if we're spending rope doing this, one of Fen's ropes will be the last one that's given up. Like Fen will have the last length of rope.
You need rope.
You'll tell me when we get through 6 ropes and tell me
And we'll
when
talk
we're at
after
6
that.
ropes. Gorbjorn's going to start making his way down.
All right. Are we doing same marching order as before, folks?
That's fine with me.
So, yep.
All right.
I am
Roshan
going to
next.
assume it is the same until somebody corrects me.
Fair enough.
Going forward. And you all start to move. You're able to like kind of get hands on stairs at some points. There is damage to the interior. Occasionally you go by something that started to slide down the slide, so you can only imagine there's just like a little trash pit at the bottom.
Oh, great. Well, we might find something worth it at the bottom.
Gorbjorn gets to the bottom and he's like, you see him, he immediately looks upwards and then takes a step forward and looks at it. So just got to play Gorbjorn like I know Gorbjorn's going to be played. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Get it, boy.
That is a 19.
Hell, yeah.
Unless, does he always have advantage?
No, that's only when he's raging. Pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but I think that's the case.
He does. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, whenever he can see things, but and it's not any better.
Cool.
There we go.
Okay. He is going to take half damage on this. So he takes 10 points of lightning damage. As you watch the room illuminate brightly below you. And then Gorbjorn steps back in and like pulls himself up a bit on the rope. It was bad in there.
You okay?
Give me a perception check for Gorbjorn to see how much information he can actually give to you about the space he was in.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
It was bright for like a hot second and then it hurt and then I came back in here.
Let me take a look. I think Roshan will slip around him and summon a mage hand first and send the mage hand down into the room first.
That's
Right,
smart.
there's a hand in the room.
And then he will lower himself down so that just his face is in the room to like get a look around.
Roshan, I have a mirror. Do you want to put that in the mage hand and look into the mirror from a bit of a distance so you can see around a corner?
About mid-conversation, dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Woo! That's a 12 for Roshan.
Good. Let me pick all these dice back up. You said 12?
Yeah.
I rolled a lot better for you.
Rude.
Not that much better, honestly. It just looked better. I'm rolling a lot of ones.
Good.
You take, as you stick your head out, and the thing is, you immediately try to pull yourself back in as you see a light begin to flare, and you're like, it is. Sue in the fucking face. There's nowhere else for it to hit you. Is Mage Hand concentration?
It is not.
You take 22 points of lightning damage.
Ouch!
As you pull yourself back up and you're like just a bit of smoke out of the mouth. Give me a perception check and I'll tell you how much you were able to see.
Yeah, let's roll
Before
better.
you were immediately electrocuted.
That's 24.
24. Okay. Hello? No.
Eyes wide.
You started moving to go back in immediately after you stuck your head in, because you could see that it's bad. In the room, it is littered with different spots that look like they were charred. And now that you're down this low, there is a scent of kind of a sharp metallic smell, similar to burning in a sense. There seems to be like a hotter scent to it, a little sweet. But you can see black char marks on different surfaces throughout the place. The thing that stood out, this room seems pretty empty comparatively. There's not much in it. The only thing is a pillar that was attached to the ceiling. Now it is the ceiling now, so it is above you. And on that is an orb, which is the source of light in this room and the source of the damage that immediately comes your way. You can see it pulsing with energy, and it flares. You can see also the source of this in the moment you peek in, because you rolled really good. You can see what looks like a handprint on the circle. This orb has like a charred looking handprint on it. Oh. And little cracks that have formed around that. So the object is broken and seems to be lashing out. You can roll Arcana to see if you can figure out what exactly this may have been. Based on some of the runes you can also see carved into the floor ceiling.
I am rolling historically bad, but that is still a 12.
Dude.
I mean, lightning to the face is lightning to the face. You are all back in the stairwell.
Yeah.
Damn.
There was an orb with the handprint in it. It's, I think, broken and shooting lightning. It sucks.
Oh,
how do you think we approach this? Should we destroy the orb?
Do you think we could get close enough?
I mean, assuming it can only do one of those every few seconds, I shouldn't be the one to do it.
Well, I mean,
no.
Again, I have a mirror. If you can use your mage hand to hold the mirror and let me get to look at it without any of us getting blasted, I might be able to set up a shot with a bow, immediately dip around the corner and take a shot at the orb, and hopefully get out of the way in time. At least I know what I'm shooting at.
Yeah, you are. Roshan will hold the mirror down there. Well, first, I think Roshan wanted to try and place the hand on the ball in the hand spot. I don't think it'll do anything.
Are you able to move mage hand without seeing it?
It does not say anything about that.
You assume that the mage hand is currently on top of this orb. You cannot confirm. And nothing seemed to be happening.
Exactly what I thought would happen.
Perfect.
It will come up and take the mirror and angle it at a 45 to the ball.
There anything I can do to give Fen advantage? But I don't know. You probably have stuff you can do that is better.
Too much damage, as it is immediately struck.
It's a steel mirror, so it should be conductive.
It struck with magical energy.
Okay.
And you watch that shit explode. Were you trying to set up to immediately shoot Fen? I'm just checking.
I was trying to get an idea of where the thing was in the room. So if I could turn around the corner and immediately loose an arrow, having an idea of where they was shooting from.
I'm going to
how
say
big target was and where it was in the room.
Okay. you are able to get this from the half a glance from the mirror before it turns into a beautiful light show. And from Roshan being like, it's in the middle on top. So you have now a vague idea, and you're like, I think I can just run straight ahead and not run into anything. You're welcome to go for it. And you can bolt into the room.
I was hoping to just like dip around the corner and aim the. I wanted to shoot the damn thing. I wanted to shoot the orb.
You gotta go in there to do it.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm gonna take a shot at this thing. No sharpshooter.
And then give me a dexterity saving throw after.
Cool.
Come on, bud.
That is a 19 to hit.
Okay, roll damage.
Roll damage. Okay. Find the appropriate die to do so.
Damage in this economy.
It's more likely than you think.
That is 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And dexterity saving throw?
Yes, please.
18.
Also, I'm going to say your mage hand is done. It was holding a mirror that got hit by lightning.
That's fine.
What'd you say? 18?
18 to the saving throw, yes.
That's how you roll damage, boys.
Fuck.
So you save, so you take half, you take 15 points of lightning damage.
I would like to take half of that with my uncanny dodge.
Sure.
Hell yeah, bud.
So, all right, so 7 points of damage then?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, do you not have evasion yet?
Or that's what evasion, that's what I meant. Not uncanny dodge.
Then you take no damage. Evasion happens immediately. If you succeed, you take no damage on dexterity saving.
Okay, cool.
So you fire and then just barrel roll, just like poof. And you watch as your arrow slams into the side of this thing. There's the faint sound of cracking.
No, I don't have a evasion, so I am taking that damage. Sorry.
And you watch as it begins to start illuminating again, and that is where we're going to take our 10-minute break.
God.
Thank you all for being here. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I do love killing my party slowly with lightning damage. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Go get a snack, get a drink, and we'll continue our story then.
Cool. That mirror costs like 10 gold.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 97 of On the Backs of Gods. Currently, the party is exploring an underwater tower, inverted and submerged into the dirt, and has met their match in this room that every time a person or object moves into it, it seems it is struck by magical lightning.
From an
striking
orb.
now 3 party members in a mirror, rip mirror, as Fen has made his way now into the room and started taking shots at this magical orb. Fen, you can go ahead and take your second shot as you realize your first one does not and continue forward.
3 shots in the first round of combat, but I'll take a second one.
Does it say against like creatures? I was gonna read and then I didn't.
I know it's just on the first round of combat. We didn't roll initiative though, so
It's true. We are technically not in initiative.
Yeah.
So I'll say one more.
All right.
The lightning
I miss. I'm
shank roll.
breathing. I got a natural 1, so I'm grieving the loss of my mirror, and I miss.
My poor
You
mirror.
see it on the floor and it is charred black, and you're like,
Oh, sad.
The arrow flies and explodes on the wall.
And then so does the
I'm
lightning.
going to also allow, if you would like to tell me your next move or kind of movement centric ideas, you can see it's charging up again. It is about to fire.
Okay. Does it look like there's any cover in this room? Are there pillars or anything to hide behind?
That's the thing. You glance around. It is easy and it is very quick to look because there is nothing. This room only had this pillar in it, but you can see the stairs down. The slide, to be more exact.
Now I'm gonna back up and be with my party. I am not gonna venture off ahead and be stuck on the wrong side of a fucking lightning room.
Okay, dexterity saving throw, please, as you leap for safety.
Oh my god, I got another natural 1, which would make it a 9 for dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Same again. So this time you take 30 points of lightning damage.
I'd love to take half of that.
Sure. And you pull yourself back into the room, breathing hard, back into the stairwell, holding onto the rope, pulling your legs in. The big bad evil guy, orb on ceiling.
God's
What do you guys
Fen.
like to do?
Are you all right?
It got my mirror.
Well, I'm sorry it got your mirror. Do you need some healing? Are you okay?
I'll be fine. I'm all right. Is my hair standing up?
Is his hair standing up?
It'd probably still be wet at this point, but
Yeah, the thing is, you guys are super conductive at the moment.
I imagine like that one guy in the city in like Disney's Hercules, and like the smoke coming off the tips.
Yeah, you're a little toasty. But it hurts. It is, and you can see the light starting to build up again on the inside.
got like
It's
St.
just
Elmo's
because you-
fire coming off of my my ears, my
Your
pointy
ears. You have to pat him out. What would you guys like to do? Gorbjorn looks at you. Did you see anything else?
It looks like a barren room. Nothing in there. There's a passageway to the next set of stairs.
Were you able to do anything about the orbital?
I hit it once with an arrow. It didn't seem to react, except angrily.
We might need something magical in order to counteract it. I don't know, or we'd have to get around it somehow.
It looked crystalline. Is it like a crystal ball?
It looked crystal ball-esque.
Roshan,
No.
you break things with a spell that makes them shatter. Do you think maybe that would work on a crystal ball?
I can, but first I'm going to. Where is it? I'm going to use Healing Hands to restore 10 HP because I was worse than half. And then we will. I will lean down there and I'll cast Shatter.
You got to see where you're putting Shatter.
Can I do a Gorbjorn-esque barrel roll into the room as he ducks into the room to
Sure, everybody's welcome to bulldoze into the room if they like.
No, I wanted to be right behind Roshan to like try and kind of like pull him back out of the way of the lightning, but I guess if Fenn's just gonna barrel roll in there.
Fen like Legolas is down the slide and is already in the room.
God damn it. On a shield and whatever.
Watch
fine.
This shit.
He's boogie boarding.
As Roshan like
I'm gonna take a couple of shots at this thing while I come down while I do that too. So if
Gorbjorn runs into the fucking room, why not? He runs in. Doesn't know what he's gonna do, but he's in now, boys. You all have entered the space. That means there's 3 of you in the space. One moment. What a shame. Roshan dexterity.
Oh no.
Can I like pull Roshan back?
No, 100% not.
Roshan got a 23.
Holy shit, good job, bud!
Good job. Roll that damage.
You don't even need to. It's okay.
No, I insist.
No, don't put yourself out of your way.
Guys, come on. Hey, it's no problem. I promise. It's no big deal, guys.
Oh, but Jillian, we wouldn't want to trouble you at all.
You take 13 points of lightning damage, taking half, and send off Shatter. Gorbjorn is going to look at Shatter Spike and just fucking huck it. And
nice.
We're going to take 2 shots. So Fen, go ahead and take shots. Go ahead and also roll for Gorbjorn with disadvantage with Shatter Spike.
Gorbjorn with disadvantage is an 11, and Shatter.
Nine.
Oh, it doesn't do double damage. Damn.
Okay. No.
Wow. 8 damage from Shatter.
Oh. And Fen, your attacks?
I got a 16 and a 30.
Casual 30. Yeah, roll damage.
All right, did both of those hit?
Yeah, it is an orb chilling in space.
Okay.
And you weren't struck by lightning, so you're like, okay, just start fire.
Right. So that is 19 points of damage.
Okay. You watch the orb shudder in the way that almost something more soft would do. It shudders in space and snaps in the center. And the room is immediately filled with light. I need it would be the next. Okay. Everybody who is technically in the room now, which I will say is Fen and Gorbjorn, dexterity saving throws, please. As the room is engulfed in a lightning storm.
Gorbjorn got a 19.
Got a 26.
Should I start readying some good berries?
On a handful of good berries, like
just in
the
case.
real boy.
Just in case.
10. You both take 12 points of lightning damage.
Is that already halved?
Yes, that's the half.
Okay.
Not half for you yet, if you're halving again.
I'm taking half already. Or I'm taking half again, so.
Little half. The light is blinding, and just there is a moment where you both cannot see as light engulfs this room. And then the room gets very dark very quickly.
Good.
And so Nana, from being able to see the stone on the floor in that room, you go from seeing it to like no longer seeing it. Roshan sort of moves a bit and like, Nana, you can shift, and I believe your spear has light cast on it.
Yes, I think that's still the case. How long does light last on things it's cast on, Roshan?
Hour,
right?
1 hour, yes.
I would say at this point you might have to re-up because a lot of investigation has happened.
That is
but
true.
You can
Okay.
easily just throw a light on it. So Nana, you have a light source. You just can't really see into the room at the moment.
All right, cool. Once the light is gone, Nana's going to assume that means the orb is taken care of. She wants to get in there and assess and see how her team is doing.
Yeah, you make your way into the room, filling it with light. Roshan, you going in?
Yeah. Has the orb dropped from its pedestal since it was shattered or cloven?
You look up and it's like gone.
Oh, fully gone.
The orb is just now gone.
Love that. I think Roshan would like to make an investigation for pieces, if there are any.
Sure. Roll me investigation and also roll me Arcana. Nana, you run into the room. I mean, people are damaged, but everybody is still on their feet.
All right, well, that's good.
Ben's on his knees, actually.
Oh, boy.
I'm almost all the way up. It was mid-roll.
All right. Nana wants to get over there and help Fen up off of the floor.
Fen is startled by Nana touching him.
Sorry.
Wait.
Coming up. Come on.
Okay, just give me a moment. I can't see. Just
all right. Okay.
Give
You're
me
okay.
a moment, as long as it's safe here. Just let me rest, please.
Okay. All right. You're fine.
And it fades after a handful of seconds.
Fen just doesn't like being blind.
Yeah, well, Nana didn't know he was blind.
Like he's fully closed his eyes. Like, I'd rather it be the eyelids, honestly. I'd rather it be because of the eyelids.
Fen's had some traumatic experiences with blindness within this campaign, so
that's fair.
A little stressed out by it.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you got, Roshan?
A 23 investigation and a 29 Arcana.
Okay. The lack of shards is disturbing.
Oh no.
But there is a piece that seemed to survive, and it was the piece that was marred by the handprint. And you realize that wasn't like an artistic choice as you look at it. It looks risen, dark in color. It looks as if a hand were placed upon it and horrifically burned, enough to leave bits behind on it.
Ooh, gross.
As you observe this piece that's almost like a perfect hand shape, you look up at the ceiling and you see the circles and circles of runes, and you rolled something stupid high with Arcana as you look at it. You believe at one point, certainly not now, not especially after that orb was destroyed, certainly not now. You believe this was a teleportation chamber.
Oh. I think Roshan would like to just write down all of the runes and sigils and thing as part of the teleportation circle as much as he can in a short amount of time.
That's what I was about to ask. How much time are you willing to take?
1 hour.
We might want to. I don't know. Do we feel safe taking a short
A
rest?
short rest's worth of time.
You guys are welcome to take a short rest if you're.
Some of us might need the HP.
Yeah, a short rest is fine. I think that's.
We can spare the hour.
I will say, Roshan, if you're going to do this during your short rest, I don't know if I'd call it a short rest for you, if that's okay.
That's fine. Roshan will.
Can one of us write down the runes for you? Do you trust any of us to do that?
Don't worry about it.
Nana's like, this one looks like a seahorse.
Yeah,
and this
like,
one looks like a smiley face.
Nana's pretty smart. Nana's pretty smart. She had the same teacher you did.
Well,
I never picked it up as well as he did. In all honesty, I can't claim to be a good substitute.
It's like they both went to the same college, but then one of them went on to like get a more advanced degree.
And the other one dropped out.
The other one's like, this is great. Thank you for your time. I can Goodberry. It's been real.
It was the one staying up every night doing onset that
So Roshan, you're gonna take time to do, I think an hour would be a decent amount of time.
Great. And then he also used a little bit of his healing magic to gain 8 hit points.
Do you think Gorbjorn would use hit dice at where he is right now?
Yeah, I think he would take a hot second to bandage his wounds. He's got 10 in their D12s.
I think so. Something crazy. We'll say they are. Everybody else takes time and sits. While we're doing this, everybody besides Roshan, what are your passive perceptions?
18.
Mine is 16.
my passive perception is also 16.
Okay. Is there anything? Honestly, easy enough. You guys are welcome. Like, if you want to look at things, you're welcome to during a short rest. But like writing down intricate Arcana-based things, hard to rest during. But
that makes sense.
If there's anything you wanted to look at, you are welcome to, or we can casually tiptoe through the hour.
I mean, Nana would definitely like to, once she's sure that Fen and Gorbjorn are no longer blinded and are resting comfortably.
Blindness ends after about 10 seconds.
Oh, cool. Then in that case, Nana does kind of want to just take a look around the room and sort of like get a feel for, what is in here, whether or not there's any useful stuff that might have fallen down the trash chute from above, or, whether or not there's anything that just seems out of place or important in here besides the orb.
Nana, you're welcome to give me a perception check. If you start to dwell into investigation and doing more than this, you're not getting the long rest.
Noted. Okay. So just perception then. Come here. Stupid dice. I don't find jack or diddly or shit. That's a 9.
Correct. And this room is empty.
Cool. Fine.
The stuff at the bottom of the chute, it looks like basically garbage. It does not look like it's of worth to you.
Nana kicks a little of it over and huffs and goes and sits over next to Roshan and watches him write down runes.
Does Gorbjorn want to use his wolf eyes on the garbage?
I feel like he...
Does he?
I think he's going to like wade through it and kick it all around to spread it out.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to use wolf eyes.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's welcome to roll perception at the pile of bits and pieces.
Brr, brr.
Ooh. That is a 22.
Ooh, the man is thoroughly convinced this is garbage.
Cool.
Utter fucking garbage. It is splinters of wood from a table upstairs and some pieces of something very fragile that exploded into a million pieces.
The mirror.
There's nothing. He pushes the mirror into the junk pile. It's for the best. But Roshan, you slowly have to move around the room as you write down these runes. And with that high of an arcana, it is definitely different than how you would have made a teleportation circle if you were dwelling on it. It's a little different. And once again, big gap in time. There's a large gap in time.
Boomer teleportation circle.
This is like having a landline teleportation sigil,
Ooh.
like it's plugged into the wall.
Dial-up tone and everything. Ugh.
You grab one of the circles and you spin it around, and then it spins back, and you grab another circle and you spin it around.
It's a rotary teleportation circle.
Amazing. Any thoughts about what all this was for, Roshan?
Transportation. I don't get any clues on like other circles that might be connected to, do I?
No.
Okay.
Unclear. Using it would be a wild ride. You have no idea where this would take you if you could get it working.
Yeah.
No idea. Uncertain or ripped to pieces in the ether, unsure. It is a mystery.
That sounds
like
a fun gamble.
Out of all of the ways to go out, that might be the most fun.
Becoming Stardust again? Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Spaghettified on the other end of a teleportation circle. Just like,
one person's like, what the fuck?
You arrive at like the coolest place, but you're just like a lump on the floor.
You get to see Atlantis for 3 seconds before you just fall apart. Your DNA is shattered instantly.
Jesus.
And you are just poop on the floor.
Christ.
But I will say, Fen, because of your passive perception and Nana was actively using her perception. This is the weird shit about D&D. Anywho, this is the weird shit. Nana actively looking at shit, couldn't find anything. As you sit there, Fen. And the thing is, there's a lot of noise in this room. Gorbjorn's kicking shit around. Nana's stepping around. It's a little echoey. There's the scratch of Roshan writing, and there's chatter. But near the end of the rest, you hear a sound, and it's hard to pinpoint. It sounds like wind. It sounds like wind, you think, but coming from below. It's subtle, but you can hear it.
Nana, do you hear that?
Hear what?
The movement of air.
What, like?
No, not like not like Gorbjorn. Like
Bjorn's like, I could move.
All right, who ripped one?
No, but below us. Listen.
Nana, as you listen, and you can like make your way closer to the stairs. The best way I could describe this to you is a whooshing sound. That's the best way I'll describe it.
Like a cave. Do you hear it?
Yes. But that doesn't make any sense. It's further down in the
earth.
And
we're underwater.
Well, yes. And this is not water that we're in right now, so who knows?
No, but where would the wind be coming from? We're under the water.
Exactly. Underwater and underground on top of that. So, magic something, I have to assume. I mean, that orb was spitting out magic lightning. Wouldn't put it past something else in this tower to be spitting out magic wind.
Should we take a look down the next set of stairs? I'm gonna put this rope around me and make my way down. If everyone here would make sure I don't get swept away by magical wind.
I can certainly do that for you.
Thank you. And Gorbion,
I just pictured like a kite. Then
Like
it's up into the air.
A
Everyone
fin-shaped
holding on.
kite, just like his arms stretching out his cape.
Oh no! Just fully taking off.
Fen is half tempted to. Yeah, Fen's gonna tie around his waist. Like last time we did this was on the bridge, and he kind of relied on his satchel strap to hold, and it barely did. So this time there's a rope around his waist.
Solid hempen rope.
I'll have to take my spine if you want me gone, boys.
Oh boy.
And Herd. So you tie it around your waist. And your friends set up shop.
Yep.
And Fen will make his way carefully down the stairs, down
Give
the
a call
down
if you need
the
to
ramp.
be pulled back.
Start screaming if things go wrong.
Or else if you can't call, pull twice.
If I pull once, pull back. If I pull twice, it means that you're fine. I don't want a situation where you're waiting for a second pull and I'm unconscious and it doesn't come.
Fair enough. One pull it is, two pulls for fine.
Just beats the shit out of him the second he's down there.
Jesus.
Then you start to make your way down. And the thing is, you can kind of like casually walk if you want to. And here's the thing, would you like to stealth?
Yeah, Fen would always like to stealth.
Sure.
That is going to be a 17 to stealth.
Okay. You begin to make your way down.
God, that's a good feeling with a 5 on the die and you end up with a 17.
Yeah. Boy, there's some fun shit like when you're a bard and you're like, I rolled a 1. It's a 25.
Jesus Christ.
That's the good shit.
Broken shit. It's fun though.
Silver
Can't
tongue, my
relate.
dude. Bullshit.
Can't relate at all.
A pity. You make your way down. And the sound doesn't really get louder. It is just a gentle whoosh. And you make your way down. And you step past the stairwell. And it takes your brain a moment to fully take in what you're looking at.
Cool. I love when things aren't immediately.
Brain apparent. Needs a moment to load. You are in what I could only refer to as a bisected room. There's stone wall, about 5 feet of walkable space all the way to the wall. And then immediately to the side, where you know across the way would be the next set of stairs, is what I could only refer to as like a waterfall, a current moving sideways at incredible speeds from one side to the other. It is a wall of water rip-tiding past you. None of it drips into your space, but it is similar to how things were up top when you casually fell out of the water. And you can see as your eyes follow this water that is whooshing past you, and it goes into darkness. There's a point where you can see, and then just the murkiness of dirt and distance, you can only assume, and just being so low below the earth. You don't know where this water goes, but you can see right at the wall in your half of the bisected room. You can see what looks like a dark smear right at the bisection. And you can see what you only assume is remains of a person's lower half, turned over who knows how long into near nothing. You can see bits of fabric, and you can also see something like a stick, a staff, something next to it, but You can only assume that this wall is powerful.
This chamber it's queer. It's
Roshan runs the fuck test.
Lift like
It's open the
stone.
fucking door.
It's gravel, and it's bisected, and there's a torrent. It's like an LGBT chamber.
So it's fully, I would say, very similar to the room above, except if you made it go like, and then there was water in the middle, like an Oreo cookie of room as the cookie and water as the cream.
Interesting.
Trying my best to describe this weird ass room.
I'm gonna. The staff that's there. I would like to take a look at it if I can without touching it.
How large is the room?
It's about half the size of the one we're used to, because it's cut in half by a waterfall running the wrong direction.
As in up?
As in sideways, which is still not the correct direction for waterfalls to run.
Gorbjorn's like, go there. And he lets go of the rope and just begins to barrel roll his way down the stairs.
All right.
I want to make sure he doesn't roll into the waterfall. I'm just there to...
Gorbjorn coming down!
Give me acrobatics for Gorbjorn. Literally, the nat 1 is all I need to put him in the waterfall.
Oh my god, please!
I'm trying to help.
You both go into the waterfall.
Acrobatics is an 11.
Okay. You try to stop him, and you do, and he just sort of like kind of skids across the floor a little bit, and then just kind of is like spread eagle, pretty close to the waterfall, but not enough to be pulled in. He's like, all right, and he gets up.
Are you both all right?
We're still fine. Be careful coming down. It's treacherous.
Gorbjorn sets up at the bottom of the stairs, ready to just take the brunt of people coming down.
Okay.
So now you can catch us.
Are we all right to come down then?
Yeah, come along. Just don't come too fast.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I did not mean that.
That's what she said. Nana will kind of hold on to the rope at the top and kind of gesture for Roshan to go on ahead.
Roshan will go.
Nana, I need strength, please.
It's fine. Holy shit. It's a good holy shit, I promise. Just a strength check?
Yep.
Straight 19.
Yeah, you're able to hold him. Roshan also weighs nothing and is soaking wet.
Yeah.
But makes his way down safely. Roshan, you are now in the bisected room, staring at a torrent of water ripping through the space. Nana, acrobatics.
Cool. Nana's kind of just gonna like ease her way down, real slow, feet spread wide.
I'd also like to make sure she doesn't come careening down into the waterfall.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, at the bottom. He's waiting.
Okay.
22. Why am I rolling well on the shit that doesn't worry me?
Because
You're not
I'm
worried
rolling
about
badly.
flinging yourself into the waterfall.
I mean, there's that.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well, I mean,
you guys are-
there's 3 other people down there who would presumably catch me. I mean, I would hope not to get a nat 1 and roll everybody in there, but...
But Fen, you said you made your way over to look at this staff or stick or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I'd like to call Roshan over to help take a look at it.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Everyone says sure quietly, and he makes his way over. It looks to be, you think, having a little bit more knowledge, you think it's a wand. Kind of towing some fabric out of the way from this also bisected body in this bisected room.
Do you think it's the bottom half of the fellow upstairs?
Sorry, I was just Really cool. Yes, that's possible.
I don't think so.
I just liked calling him fellow. I thought that was the fun part. Just this dude who smears on the wall, just like, so the man upstairs, the guy who is dust.
Smear man.
You think this is him? Sorry, I just like think this dude's this dude. Maybe.
Are there any like pieces of armor that might indicate that it might be from the same dude? Like,
you do not see any armor here.
Yeah, but like clothing, like whatever threads of fabric, like just wondering.
Would you like to touch the fabric?
No, I just want to see if it looks the same from a safe, not stupid distance.
It's a bluish color. It is fabric.
Okay, cool.
I just have to know if you guys are touching things. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean it's good. Just gotta know if you touch it. Might get more information. Might die. I don't know.
Roshan will cast Detect Magic again.
How many times does he have that in a day?
Basically as many as he wants.
Hell yeah.
This is a wand. It is magical. And you can see the walls, still magic. And you can see kind of like how there was water tension up top on the first level. That's what's happening with this water wall, is that the room split. So the magic moved inwards and is containing the water so it can't fill the room. It is in void between rooms. So you can see the shimmer of magic holding the water in this sort of thinner space.
So that means there is water outside this room.
You could assume that.
Can we see the other side? Can we see through it, or is it just like a curtain of obscured?
You can see barely stone. Not like against it, but you can tell that there is more of the same room on the other side.
Is that where from our knowledge of the layout of the rest of the tower, is that where the stairs are on the other side of that? Cool.
And once again, all of your eyes follow the water. It goes into darkness quickly, aggressively. I just want it stated again.
Oh boy. And does that stretch the full height of the room?
It does.
Oh boy.
There are a plethora of things Roshan would like to do.
Okay.
Can anyone help him with those?
First, he would like to... Oh, he can't cast light. He has to cast it on something. So I guess he'll just use the light of the spear to maybe reflect into where the water is coming from and going.
Nana can hold the spear kind of up close to the one hole and kind of give him as long as he needs to look at it, and hold the spear up close to the other hole, give him as long as he needs.
You can see that in both directions, and you're not touching the water, correct? I'm just...
No.
Okay.
No.
Confirming. Just checking. Just checking. It is hard to see in the sense of now with having light, it is very murky.
Okay.
You can see bits of dirt in a constant flurry on both ends.
Sure.
And it extends further than your light gives you permission to see.
Then the second thing he would like to try is to see if he can manipulate the water at all with shape water. Or is the pressure of it just too great?
Could you read shape water to me?
Sure.
About it. As Gorbjorn picks up a piece of wood garbage that has also made its way down the thing and tosses it, and you watch it disappear within seconds. Just He's like,
Zoom.
You see him like stretching as he's making assumptions about what he has to do. So he's just limbering up. So tell me about it, Roshan.
So a 5-foot cube within range. You instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of the water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. That cannot cause damage. I could freeze it, but that's it. I can only freeze a 5-foot cube of it and not more.
As it is then immediately pulled into the abyss as a hard water. Interesting. Sorry, I'm now reading about, because there's the part water option. If I'm looking at the right thing. I'm just making sure if I'm going to murder you guys in this water or not. I am going to say, okay, so you're casting it. You try to redirect the flow of water. Where are you directing it to?
I think he would first just try to make like a hole in it.
Roll Arcana.
25.
Okay. You try to force the water in a direction, try to open up a space. And because of how much water there is, this would be much more efficient if it were thinner or shorter. But as you kind of push this area open, like pulling some of the water to go the opposite way, and you make sort of a crescent shape, more water flows into it. It is a split second of time it is open. So you affected it, but not for very long.
Okay.
Around tops.
Can we tell from observing that effect how deep this chasm is? Like how wide this split of water is from one side of dry to the other side?
You can basically see the other side. There was like a thin line extra, so it's a little over 5-ish feet.
A little over 5-ish feet or like 5-ish feet?
A little over 5-ish feet. 5 feet and an inch.
Well,
it's a little over 5 feet. Your guess.
Well, I've got an idea, and it might be incredibly stupid.
I'd love to hear it.
Everyone's stretching his calves.
I can make an extra dimensional space that we can climb into and then hopefully climb out to the other side. And then, like, you know, we've been up there before, and there's like a 3x5 window that we normally can see out of. It's extra dimensional. And if we can climb
it while we're in it,
we can't move it while we're in it. But if we can climb in one side safely, and then Roshan can very quickly open a spot on the other side of a smaller bit, and we can climb out the other side. It's a thought.
I would like to try one thing before that.
I would love to hear
Also, Rope
anything.
Trick, I believe, only has one door, just so that is stated.
Yeah, a 3x5 window centered on the rope. So depending on where the rope was centered,
it couldn't get all the way
from
over.
one side.
Yeah,
but
it
you'd
wouldn't
have to
get all the way
exit
across.
from
I'm just
that.
thinking, like, if we cast it as close to center as possible, and then Roshan used control water to open the other side enough
You
for
would
us to
have
climb
to
out.
drop rope trick and jump.
Well, I wouldn't have to drop rope trick. We would just climb out the other side.
It only has one door. So if you open the door on the side you're on and climb in, and you're now in the middle of the torrent, that door is still on the same side.
Okay. Yeah. I would rather hear anything that Roshan has to suggest other than this. I'm just saying what I think I could do to help this. And that's all I could come up with. So
Roshan turns to Gorbjorn and he says, he puts a hand on his shoulder and gives him bardic inspiration while he says, I think you should hit it with the hammer. Be careful not to get your fingers, but...
I suppose.
hold
My
on, I
brain's
think
thinking.
my idea might have been better.
So he is going to swing at the water. First, I would like an attack. And then I would like a strength saving throw.
The hammer is not affected by going through water.
A 19
Doesn't
for the
roll
attack.
with disadvantage going through water.
And the
What'd
strength
you get on the
saving...
dice?
19 for the
Okay.
attack. And the strength saving throw is 26.
Okay. I was worried with the chuckle that we were about to lose this fucking hammer.
No.
No, not Tordrick's hammer!
You watch Gorbjorn go over and swing. He has swung through the water.
Did it do anything to the water?
It went into the water and then out.
Did he notice, like, is there any difference in what would be expected? Like, he put the wood in and that disappeared, but would...
It did not seem easy, and he'll tell you that. It seemed difficult. It felt like it was trying to rip it out of my hands.
Here's another thought. I don't know how deep that split goes. The stairs are on the other side, but if only this level is ruptured and bisected, Gorbjorn maybe could smash directly down through the floor that we're standing on and get us into the next chamber below us.
I would rather we go back up and then try to smash into the other side.
That's a thought too, but not a bad thought.
I mean, I
The
feel
amount
as
of
though
stone
that-
you would be slamming through is crazy town.
Yeah.
It would take time. It would take a while.
Even with the thing that automatically crits on structures.
100% would still take some time. He is hitting
Okay.
like a flat surface
Yeah.
with a sword.
Is there any way that Roshan could affect the magic containing the water and widen the flow so that the pressure is less great and it just gets wider and we could swim through more safely?
Roll Arcana, please.
21.
Okay. Pretty lenient on you doing magics. But moving this already in place spell, you think, if you were able to, would be incredibly difficult if you were able to. And if you failed, you all would be swept away.
Yes.
Bad. So there's a chance of success. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very, very high DC.
And I don't think Roshan wants to take the time. Damn. Where's Saga when you need her?
Yeah, she did have. She could mold Earth.
Oh, Ice Wall would be very useful right now.
Yeah, it
Sure
would be.
All right, so
what a useful spell.
So, I have arrows that can shoot through water. I'm just not sure if they can gain purchase on the other side. If there was a rope tied to the arrow, and we could pull ourselves across, or I'm worried about everyone's ability to hold on to the rope.
That's a powerful current that's passing through there.
I agree, and I'm just running out of ideas here.
Can Roshan look around just to see if we are missing anything?
What about your unseen...
roll investigation. Yes,
something or other, Roshan.
What were you saying? I didn't hear the first part.
The unseen servant.
The unseen servant technically has a body, kind of.
With like 1 hit point and like -3 strength.
Yeah, I think it would be torn apart immediately. Roshan rolled a 21 investigation.
I mean, there's that sinking feeling of you're not missing anything. I'm sorry to say. This is a dangerous room.
Yeah.
Shite.
I mean, we could just dive in to see where it goes.
I'm ready to dive in.
No, don't go on your
No. We don't know where you will go. We don't know if we can get you back.
Oh, I was gonna just try to dive across. I wasn't gonna go. I'm not stupid.
Well, obviously, no. We didn't think you were, but
Very
this
smart
is
now, actually, from the amount of eggs I've been eating.
Yes, and that was very smart on your part,
Roshan,
anyway.
We have devices that'll float us to the surface. What other devices were in the goodie bag that were left for us?
Flares and snap lights and bidents.
Flares, snap lights, and what?
Bidents.
Oh, bidents. Okay.
The two-pronged fork spears.
I've got one more thing to try.
I'm interested to hear whatever you have to suggest.
I think Roshan would go sit by the edge and tell everyone to gather near and and then start singing the song he learned in Bragi's tomb to cast Tiny Hut.
Oh, all right.
Oh, fucking interesting.
Oh,
Yes!
interesting.
Yes!
Interesting. Yeah.
1 minute, you silly bitch. Listen, I'm vibing. But give me 1 second. I'm here. I'm vibing. 1 second.
Does Roshan have bamboozled the DM?
I need to talk to Leomund real quick.
Leomund, I need to talk about your tiny hut.
That's so fucking smart, Josh.
Very good.
Okay. Comfortable and dry. Have fun, regardless of the weather outside.
Dry. That's important.
Command the interior to be okay.
Like Ben Shapiro's wife.
Yeah.
Nice, everyone. Listen, we don't need to kick Ben Shapiro when he is already on the fucking floor.
Stop!
Anyways.
He's already dead!
We don't need to kick the man in the little face. So here's the thing.
What a fucking
First,
cunt.
let me start by saying yes.
I agree.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's start with saying yes.
Woo!
You have created this.
Yes.
It is currently blocking the water from progressing. And first off, let me say, the water seems pissed about it.
Oh boy.
As it now has nowhere to fucking go. You think eventually something's got to give, but you currently have the dome. And to reiterate, it is a dome. So
Okay.
there is water moving below you. So it's held at bay a little bit, but you still have to jump the crevasse.
Okay. How
There's
wide?
still a jump you must do. I
How wide across?
think it's like a little over 5 feet.
Okay.
Which I think
okay.
is, I don't know if
Let's-
any of you would have much issue with a 5-foot jump.
You overestimate Roshan.
Then should Gorbjorn maybe give him a toss?
Roshan's got to be the last one.
Roshan has to be last out.
So I think
Oh.
Gorbjorn could make the jump, and then we could do some ropes and pull just in case.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Okay.
Ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Ropes for
I would say
days.
the rest of you, I would say based on your strength, probably can jump 5 feet. I'm not going to make everybody do the jump calculator. But I'm going to just assume that your bard can't do the jump based on the fear in his eyes.
Yes.
I mean, he could just go, Super Saiyan God Warrior flighted angel thing, but I mean,
Wings. Yeah.
to get
flies
across
through.
5 feet of water.
I mean, it would be the same speed. It's like a bird being hit by a waterfall.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and grotesque.
It's like that video of a
No.
bird getting hit by a softball or a baseball, and
Oh, the Randy Johnson, yeah.
The feathers everywhere. He's
Yeah.
gone. Bird on a roller coaster don't work. But you all are welcome to tie a rope around Roshan's waist, and then all of you are welcome to
We will
casually
certainly
walk
be
out
doing
the other
that.
side.
Yes, we will.
Gorbjorn stops before going. He squeezes your shoulder and gives you a bardic inspiration, and he walks out.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
Um,
And okay, all right. You've
I'm
got
not making
this,
anybody
Roshan.
else roll. You guys can jump it.
I
Is that
can't
a-
give you any
is that an
inspiration, but
athletics?
you've got this.
Yes, it would be athletics. And because your friends are helping aggressively pull you, I will give you advantage.
And the bardic inspiration.
ooh,
How you been rolling tonight?
yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 7,
Holy shit, bud!
and it's a D6 for his bardics, right?
I believe so, whatever the minimum is.
Okay,
Come
yeah,
on,
that
man.
that was a 6.
Thank God!
So 15 total.
Okay.
Holy shit, dude.
DC was still a little high. So the
Rope!
thing is, you yourself jump a solid like 2 inches off the ground,
Oh my God, buddy.
but are fucking whiplashed into the next space as the bubble explodes and water
man.
does make its way into the space a bit because you had to kind of kill that magic that was blocking the water to do that, but it quickly forces its way back into the space. So water does spill in and then move down the little spinny just a little bit, but you've made it across.
Well,
Excellent.
I think we'll have to do that again.
Oh, DM, what
All
is
the
there
way
to
back. All right.
I
see? What
guess,
is there to see on this side?
Is there
Well
the
done,
other half
Roshan.
of man?
Poor
Nana is gonna give Roshan a congratulatory pat on the back. Well done.
You pat Roshan on the back, and you all look over at, the grotesque upper part of another dead thing on this side of the water.
Good. Is
This
it
not
animate?
the same fella. Oh shit! I mean, it's a different person. Oh, this place has killed so many people.
It's not moving though, right? Is there like an intact skull, handy bones?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
It's intact to an extent. It looks like a lot of it shattered on impact with the wall. But it's there. This person looked like they were wearing blue-ish robes, perhaps.
Well, we were
take
told...
the wand from the other side.
I'm gonna assume you guys took the wand. I would believe that if you were so inclined.
Yeah, I think so. We were told that we ought to be on the lookout for remains that weren't, animate. See what we can salvage from this poor bloke and see if maybe any of it could be of any use.
If you guys want to pop this person's head off, you're welcome to throw it in the bag if you're so inclined.
Lana's not a fan, but I mean...
Yeah, we'll take it.
You can pick up this half of a body.
Brutal.
And you can see that where once a back of a skull was, no more.
Oh boy.
This person's skull shattered. So you only have kind of the front part. So you're like kind of soft
the
in
front
the back
part of a skull,
kind of there. But you're able to just shove this upper body into the bag of holding if you want to, and you just throw it in. Gorbjorn picks it up and puts it in.
There's the robes.
Someone should have taught him uncanny dodge.
I suppose.
Uncanny. I'd like to uncanny dodge the wall of the water, please.
Might have helped.
You can see that there are bits and bobs in this room, but not a lot. It looks cleaned out, as if at one time maybe a bunch of water ripped through the room and cleaned it out. But you can see the stairs. Those stairs.
All right. I suppose onwards and downwards, eh?
Let's go.
Let's be very careful. We don't know what we're going to find on the next level down, and it hasn't exactly been a cakewalk thus far.
I agree. I'll go first again.
All right, have a
again,
care.
hold the note, hold the rope. If I tug once, bring me back.
We can do that.
It's a gentle tug.
Pardon.
And I would again like to attempt to stealth down the stairs. Oh, I will take that. That is a 27.
Yeah. You move down, and once Fen is out of view, you can't hear him. He makes his way down the stairs and enters a new space. This room, not compared to the last two, actually has stuff still remaining in it.
Stuff.
What's the lighting situation?
Stuff.
What's the lighting situation like in this room now that the lightning orb has been destroyed?
It's not very bright. You can see because of your dark vision.
Yeah.
But it's dark. You can look back and see where the light is from the spear.
Okay.
But from where you are, but what you can see, you see what is a very heavy wooden table, flipped over, and it looks like some sort of leather or fabric or paper, one of the three, is stuck underneath it. Some large sheet. You can also see a beautiful, intricate metal, I guess I'll call it wall art. You can see it is a large symbol. The symbol itself is in gold, and I'm going to show you my really bad drawing of it. So the symbol looks similar to this.
Oh, it's pretty.
Thank you.
Oh.
The internet does it
Interesting.
better.
I mean,
But the symbol sort of is the background to a small scene in a white tinted metal. There is a falcon, which is currently eating a serpent in black metal. And it's just beautiful and central, and it seems to have survived the ages intact. You can see that there are a few portraits in here. A lot of them look like they were destroyed in some way during the whatever happened here. You can see there is like a portrait that looks like it's in actually very good condition. And another one, like one of them still against the wall a bit, the other one skid across the floor. So there's two visible portraits that you can see. The one you can see is still of that same young man. This one looks a bit different.
The same elf, the same elf dude with the collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's wearing similar clothes, but it seems a bit, how do you say, a bit worse for wear and not the quality of the painting. This man has a far away look in his eyes, and the eye that was cloudy in the other painting is currently covered with a piece of leather, keeping it covered. There are visible scars on his body. He looks dirty. His hair is a mess. And he stands holding his sword at his front, a wreck.
How does the room look as far as safety goes?
You can give me a perception check.
That's a nat 20. With I add 6 to that.
Neat. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, cool. That is a 6.
Perfect. Just as the good Lord intended. You look around the room. First off, no terrible waterfalls and no lightning orbs. You can mark those off immediately.
All right.
So you're like already winning, already doing better than we were. Taking a look around the room, you can also see there is a different energy here.
Right.
You can see that there were displays put on the wall, and now that it is upside down, there are weapons scattered about the floor. You can see some swords and a glaive. You can also see a staff that has scattered off into a corner. You can also see there is a beautiful set of armor that is just crumpled onto the floor, no longer able to support itself after the fall. With it is a shield that has red visible on it, and it looks like a two-headed bird image in the center.
Russians.
You can see that it is shattered, like liquor bottles in places, and like this place looked like it was a place for talking.
Cool. But no visible threats?
None that you see.
All right, it looks all right. There's a portrait down here. Some Dorian Gray shit going on.
I don't understand that reference, but is everything safe? Can we come
I'm
down?
not sure I do either. It looks all right. There's lots of weapons, but doesn't look like anyone to wield them.
You're sure?
No, I'm not fucking sure.
Bjorn's already
We
down.
just saw
Alright,
a waterfall going sideways.
Well, all right, fine then. Fair enough. We're coming down. Ropes, I suppose. Is the this isn't at the same, like, steep slope as the previous stairwell, is it?
They're all the same. All these stairwells are the same.
All right, well then, Nana's going to, like, hold the rope for Roshan again so he doesn't slide down onto his ass.
I mean, seeing as there is not a huge waterfall, I'm not going to make you roll, but you use the rope to get down.
Thank you.
There's not an immediate threat. You land on a glaive, you're done.
Oh no!
It's quick, it's messy.
It isn't painless.
But you were all now in the space. There are paintings. There's a lot of shit around here.
Anything
also
magical,
some books,
weapons. Are any of the weapons magical? We're told to bring all those with us.
Yes, Nana.
Just wanted to, like, have a look at the painting, and can Nana assume this is the same guy as was in the previous painting?
Oh, 100%.
All right, cool.
I have also posted the picture again in the chat.
I do see that. So
it is very much the same man. There is no doubt about that.
Older, worse for wear.
I will say I'll fix you there. Doesn't look older.
Oh, doesn't look older.
It's the eye. The eye is far away in the sense of staring into nothing. It is aged in the sense of emotionally.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, he's seen some shit.
He sees half of it now.
That's rather rude. But I suppose you're right.
Sorry, I think while they're talking, Gorbjorn has already activated Wolf Eyes and is combing through stuff and just putting stuff in the bag.
The bag of holding, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay. The armor is magical, so he starts picking it up and throwing it into the bag. He makes his way around, and you watch him go up to the staff on the ground, and he picks it up, and it has a falcon head on the front, and he's like, and throws it in.
Is that one also magical?
Well, he's looking for magical shit, it seems.
Okay.
And throws that into the bag immediately, and then makes his way over to the image of the metal design on the wall. And you see he like wraps his hand around like the serpent and is now trying to pull it off the wall.
That shield with the two heads, the two-headed bird on the shield. Did he throw that in the bag?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take that before he throws it in the bag. I'm just going to have that right now on me.
Sure.
Okay.
He's currently trying to get the serpent off the wall. Roshan, are you doing anything? There are more books. There's another painting. There's a upturned table with something under it.
I think Roshan will ask Gorbjorn to help him lift the table since
it's a good idea.
Roshan is a baby.
Trying to pull at the wall and sighs deeply and then comes over. And it's a heavy table, but he flips it over.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a piece of leather. Extends a good section of the table itself. And it has borders drawn upon it. This was a war room of some sort. You can see the pieces that were once on top of it are crushed to bits under the table. And there is not a lot of labeling. You can see little bits written about it, but they are not in a language you know.
Does it look like the land masses as we know them or something else entirely?
You can roll history.
That one.
It is a zoomed in image. It is not an image of a larger continent from far away. It is very close lands. It's the best you could pick up on.
Gorbjorn wouldn't have any luck with that since he's a map guy.
I mean, he could confirm the same thing for you.
Okay.
Is that it is zoomed in. It would be hard to tell just by looking at it.
Okay.
I mean, he could try, but it will be intelligence based.
He is smarter than he used to be.
Yeah.
Smarter than your average orc.
I'll roll just for the hell of it. And yeah, he doesn't also recognize it. He rolled.
No, it's squiggles.
He rolled higher than Roshan, but still gets less than Roshan did.
Perfect.
Well,
yeah, he
wow.
confirms. He's like, I don't know what it says. I can't read anyways, and like walks off.
Yeah.
I can read anything.
Yeah, you just have to say you're doing it.
Yeah, I want to read it since I can read it.
Hey, what does it look like when you make it so that you can read other languages?
I think it's a subtle change that it looks like a very slow transition into his detect magic eyes, but his eyes just go dark over the course of just a minute or so.
You're able to read it, and it almost pisses you off a little bit. North side, south side, western front. Like, those are the words.
Boo! Unhelpful.
They knew what they were looking at.
Yeah, obviously. Very inconsiderate, though.
People thousands of years later wanted to look at it.
Yeah, boo!
Jillian, the shield, is it something that you hold by like a boss in the middle, or is it something to be strapped over an arm?
It looks like it is strapped over an arm, and it looks like it's strapped over a large arm. Like it has a pretty big gap.
Okay, so it's not something I could like strap over an arm and then hold a bow and still fire. I would have to like hold the shield or drop the shield and use the bow.
You would have to put the shield down to do that.
Okay,
you cannot use both.
Okay, just asking. Okay, I'm gonna hold the shield, but I'm not gonna strap it over an arm. I'm just gonna have it like on me right now.
So you currently have the shield, not doing much, but you have it.
Yeah.
Roshan or Nana, is there anything you wanted to look at? There's the other portrait. There's books. The fun stuff. Very fun literature.
I mean, like, Nana kind of wants to look over the portrait again. Because, like, she was looking at the previous one as well.
Oh, I'm saying there's a third portrait.
Oh, there's a third one. Okay, then, yeah, Nana would like to check that out.
Okay. You flip this portrait over, expecting once again to see this young man.
Or maybe somebody else, I guess. If anybody else was ever portraited. Ooh! Oh!
You see a portrait of two women.
Oh.
The woman on the right has darker skin, twisted black locks with, it looks like white yarn braided in. She has blue eyes, and she has pointed ears, but they slope to the sides and out and down a bit instead of back, like the man in the portrait, but hers do come to a point normally. She is wearing dark armor in tans. So there's a tan, and it progressively in spots gets darker, nearing on black. She is holding the hilt of a very heavy looking hammer. And you can see embedded on the front of her armor is a diamond shaped cyan gem. And there is the woman next to her. This woman has much paler skin, brown hair, pulled back loosely but neatly and piled on top of her head. She wears, her hands are covered in rings. She has large shining earrings on, and she wears a gold and blue dress. And on the center of her chest you can see a 6-sided scion gem. You can see that in the position they stand together, they both look at each other out of the corners of their eyes, their hands met in the center, and a dim blue light glows between their touch.
I'd like to re-examine the top half of the corpse that's in this room and see if there's any rings on it.
There's no corpse in this room.
Oh, well, in the previous, okay, never mind. All right.
You
It'd be
jog
across
up the slide
yeah.
like one of those kids who's ready to just get their shit rocked by somebody sliding down.
Oh my God.
But there's hopefully nobody else to slide down, you know? It won't let me send the pictures. This is stupid. Well, you never get to see them.
We might have found at least one of our gems that we're looking for. If the other one is diamond shaped, you said?
4-sided.
Huh. 4-sided and 6-sided enchanted gems. Seeing. Look at this.
Best I can do for you guys right now.
Do we recognize anything about the droopy ears on the elf? Do we know? Is that something that happens when elves get older, or is that a different sub-race?
Your knowledge, no.
Okay. Cool.
Fen, you run back up to check out the body, and you're like, actually, no, you don't have to. You ask Gorbjorn to casually pull the top part out of your bag of holding.
Right on, yes.
He pulls it out, and you guys examine it. If you're going fully based on fabric, no.
I was looking for
that's all
rings.
you really have to go.
I was looking for rings, like.
Oh, there was no accoutrement left on that thing.
Okay, all right.
Shove it back in the bag.
So I think after Roshan picks up and makes piles of the books, he wouldn't stop to read any other than their titles if they're on the outside, and only stop if anything's interesting. But
okay.
After that,
I mean, I'll tell you the titles.
Sure, I'll happily
tell me if you
titles.
think they're interesting. One title is The God of Blinding Light. The other one is Ender of Shadow. The other is Two Horsemen, Life and Undoing. Another one, Banishing Endless Dusk. And then you start finding military books, books of strategy. That seems to be the setup.
And does he recognize what languages these are in?
Go ahead and roll history for me.
22.
You can say with near certainty you have never seen this language before.
Nice.
Sweet. Throws a book in a bag. Cool. So you're welcome to grab the books.
And then I think he would inspect the wall art that Gorbjorn tried to pull down, but
yeah, you can see that the back of the wall art is this design, and you can see that the front of it is a falcon trying to devour a serpent.
I think we should try and get it out. It seems rad.
I will say it is a large installation.
Oh, so probably won't fit.
Like how large?
For it to fit in the opening of the bag of holding, you would have to make it not one piece many times over.
So what if we cut it out of its frame?
It's not in a frame.
Oh.
It is
This is a statue.
a large metal installation, like curved into the shapes. And then like on top of that is the bird and the snake. Just big hunks of carved metal.
Seems like the sort of thing we'd float to the surface or tag for them to get later. Not
is Roshan would ask Gorbjorn if the whole, like the symbol in back and the sculpture piece are magical, or if it's just the sculpture or what.
He tells you it's just the snake.
Just the snake. Huh. Interesting. And he would get magical school. I think he would understand it on a more intuitive level than which school of magic it is, but
he couldn't tell you a name for it. Let's see here. One second, just so I don't give you the wrong shit. I would say in the best words Gorbjorn could give you, transmutation.
Okay. Interesting.
Is there anything you guys would like to do, or would you like to push?
I think Roshan wants to make a thorough sweep of this metallic scene, just to see if it's hiding any secret doors or levers or anything exciting.
Spooky shit.
Sure, roll investigation. I finally got the stupid picture to post. Thank you for your time.
Great.
Hell yeah.
Sure. That is 16.
16. You look over it, and the best you get from it is that like the snake is a separate piece. The snake seems easier to detach than the rest of it.
Let's try that again, Gorbjorn. And Roshan's going to give him a inspiration.
Sure. Go ahead and give me strength.
Strength. Saving throw or just pure strength?
Pure strength.
17 plus 5, so 22.
He pops the snake off of it, and it like stays rigid in the space that it was, and he's like, and he goes to shove it in the bag.
Great. You don't think you can get the Falcon, can you?
He narrows his eyes. He's gonna try.
Yeah.
Go for it, bud.
Much worse.
Oh no!
No. He pulls at it, and you can see like this thing might want to take the rest of the sculpture with it, and it would need a lot more strength to do so.
Okay. Well, maybe it's like the one up top, and we can, if we need to, we can chop it out, but otherwise maybe we can leave this one. And there is another slide down here, right?
There is.
Is there anything else to check out in here?
I mean, you're welcome to investigate.
Yeah, I'll give it just another once over. 19.
Okay, you start to make your way around the room. Gorbjorn also points out to you while he's walking around with like wolf eyes. He like points to a spot on the wall and shows you small runes about the place. And I would say pretty easy. You were able to pick up that these are anti-scrying sigils of some sort. So he's like, that's magic, and like makes his way by. But it is a carving in a wall. It is not something to be pulled down.
Not with that kind of attitude.
If you're thinking like that, Jillian. You can also see one bottle of liquor survived this epidemic. So you're able to grab that. It looks like it has it's like a nice bottle with a dark liquor. And you can see there's also a box. You give it a shake, you can hear there's things in it. It's hand-sized.
He'll hold it up to Gorbjorn and say, "Look magical."
He goes off to like make his way doing the rounds, but he says it's not magic.
Then Roshan would like to attempt to open it.
It pops open immediately. It is not locked. And roll initiative. No.
Oh no! I've had
you take
bad
a look at it
experiences with boxes.
And on top there is a stamp for letters with a symbol on it. Very familiar symbol.
Yes.
And there is, this thing is filled to the brim with letters that have yet to have a stamp placed upon them.
Oh. Roshan would just take the first one and read through it quickly.
I mean, easy enough, like to just pick up a couple and just like pull them out. To Troy's next of kin, inserts condolences and the like for the loss of their relative. The next one, Simil's next of kin, condolences, sorry for your loss. These are all condolence letters.
Jesus.
Well, we know that Silas loves to keep letters, so he'll love these.
Man loves a letter.
Ooh,
A
true.
spicy letter in a box.
Pre-war letters, you know? Gotta be worth something,
Gorbjorn
I
walks
guess.
by with the bag open.
He'll just sweep them in or pour them in or
Box, and you're like, nope, and you just pour them out. What a psychopath. You set the box down. Guess not.
Any sign of anything else around the room that we've not already checked over thoroughly?
I mean, give me an investigation check. Why not? One
Why
more. Last one
not?
for this room, boys.
That's fair, I understand. Oh, damn! It's probably gonna turn up nothing, but that's a 21.
Sure. The thing is, all the rooms are filled with garbage because they were jostled around like a snow globe at some point.
Uh-huh.
And after digging through something that you think is like a curtain that's in disarray, you're like, you pull it up and a shield falls out, another shield.
Oh.
This one is fully broken in half.
Oh.
And it looks like it was mounted that way. Like it falls together. It was reinforced to be presented as a shield broken in half. And it has a different symbol on it. The symbol on this shield is this one.
Oh, interesting.
Put it in the bag. Might be a piece of history.
Could well be. Certainly
We'll
seems
say it's
like...
a little too big to throw into the bag. I would honestly say both shields are too big to throw into the bag.
Yeah.
Put one half in and then put the other half in.
If you guys would like to break it apart, you are welcome to. It is reinforced to stay together.
Not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like this was on
interesting, though.
purpose to be displayed as such.
If we were to If I had to guess, I would say that this symbol would have to be that of a rival faction to whoever was here. Why else mount it broken? It's a different
Perhaps.
symbol from that of what is posted around here. It's certainly different enough to be a completely different icon of some sort.
Perhaps, but I'm not. It doesn't recognize. It doesn't. I don't recognize it as being anything but displaying the shield broken in two might very well be indication of history of some sort, military conquest, or otherwise. In the meantime,
it looks like a war trophy.
Can you gain any protection from carrying it? You are proficient in shields.
I am, but it's like reinforced to be broken. Is there a way to hold on to it?
It is not a viable shield.
Okay. This looks like a display piece, a trophy.
You have to hold it like by either side and hope for the best. With the opening in the center.
Is it something you could strap to Gorbjorn's back?
Gorbjorn's like, it doesn't fit in the bag, I don't want it. He starts walking.
But if it's large enough that it can't be... Hold on. If it's large enough that it can't be put into the bag and transported with us, maybe...
Make note of where it is and...
Get it on the way out. Maybe we might be able to send it out through that spout of water and find where it comes out later.
I could just carry it up on our way out.
All right.
Also
good enough. Let's...
Nana will post it up
there with my big brain.
Yeah. Nana will post it up next to the doorway leading back up the way we came.
Sometimes Gorbjorn's the wisest of all of us.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Saying it like it was not the assumption, whatever.
He's
posted
simply
up by the next set of
Gorbjorn,
stairs.
we love you very much. I'm gonna jostle his ears a little bit. Give him
He
scritches.
will fully jostle the shit out of your ears as well.
Okay. I fucking hate
you're getting
that.
fucking jostled, boys.
They jostling each other, boys.
There's currently a jostling party happening here. Is there anything else? There's the stairwell.
No, I'd like to stealth ahead and check the next room.
Do you want the rope around your waist again?
Yeah, I think it's become standard practice to make sure that somebody doesn't get swept away into the ether. Yes.
Seems fair.
You
Same rule
make
as
your way
before.
in. Give me stealth real fast.
Oh, I hope that passes. That is a 28.
Okay.
I sure
golly,
fucking
Jillian, does the
hope it
28
does.
pass? You make your way down. Once again, he's gone. It's like he disappears straight into the ether. He makes his way down fully, and you enter into another room that, of course, has been jostled about. This is a bedroom. There is a bed turned on its side, and it has, or had at least, many beautiful pillows atop it that are now scattered across the floor.
Okay.
Blankets.
Oh no, I was giving positive feedback later. I see.
Yes, quite.
Yes.
You can see there is an ornate rug on the floor depicting a white sun with a black background. You can see that there's something akin to a vanity, the glass shattered into a million pieces. And you can see containers that you can only assume are perfumes and oils. You can see jewelry thrown from its box about the place, large statement pieces. You can see a closet is ajar on the other side of the room. And you can see, once again, a few books scattered about the place. There's also a bust over on its side that looks like it's in pretty good condition. And
Is
you
it our
can see
dude?
through.
Is it our dude with the eye?
It is not. This person,
Okay.
we'll double check in a moment.
All right.
But it does not at least have an eye patch atop it. And the hair seems a little different from your quick glance from the doorway. But as you look about and then glance over at the ajar closet. You can see a glance of a few pieces that have fallen out, and it is beautiful feminine pieces. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight. The bedroom, boys. Thank you all so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story here at the Dice School. We got a lot of shit going on, boys. On Tuesdays, we have Legends of Thea run by Frank, who we love very much. Dungeons and Dragons 5e. If you want to watch some people beat up demons and God and what have you, I would show up with a snack and a drink and have a good time. On Wednesdays bi-weekly, we have Cordially Invited over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/thedicecult, where you can watch all of our past episodes and be like, but wait, why are we in this spooky underground tower? Well, I could tell you they pissed on a man's floor. You don't even have to go watch.
That's
on a man's floor and get caught. Sometimes you got to go to a spooky tower. Yep. But Cordially Invited is a Dungeons and Dragons 5e game about planning a royal wedding.
Everything was going fine last time I saw. There wasn't hardly any giant magic battle going on at all.
There would never be. And if you're interested in definitely not seeing the carnage, you can join them bi-weekly on the YouTube channel. I believe this is the off week. And I can't even talk about Saturdays anymore. Vampire Masquerade in the Last Marine Light. She's done, boys. We finished it. We got to the finale. The story. We did it. Is the story over? No. But is our season? Yes. If you are interested in watching a complete story, you can go over to the YouTube channel and just hit the play button, and we got you for a while. But I don't want to say too much, but give it a few minutes and maybe you'll get to see something soon. So we'll keep you posted over on the socials at the Dice Cult over on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to keep up with us specifically, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Once again, love telling you guys a story where the villain is just a ball of lightning who really be fucking shit up.
And also a giant wall of water just aggressively passing across a space.
You guys handled the water more
easily than the lightning ball.
Lightning orb was
but it took us a minute to get there.
You guys are very smart. I'm very proud of you. And if you'd like
Josh is very smart. Roshan's very smart.
If you'd like to see these boys be smart some more, you can join us Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.